edition of the Npfl 360. I remain your host, John Junior Chukuma, also known as Blaze. And I don't do this alone, I do it with Nico Wizzy, my sports analyst. Nico, welcome again to the studio.
It's good to hear, Blaze.
You look so excited this morning.
I'm very, very excited. After all, our Npfl has started, and we are getting to understand a lot about the Npfl. You also look at the way and the manner they are doing it now. They are trying to measure up with the Premier League. Look at the Premier League. It runs from August, or has been running from August 2024. Now we are in January. By May, traditionally with the Premier League, it will end, and also the Npfl technically will end by May. So they are trying to measure up, just like they have always wanted to.
Exciting update, but we saw different matches go on during the match week 22, and for me there are so many shockers. Especially for me, my shocking game for that week was the game where Rivers United, they played Heartland, where they won Heartland 2-0. Academy Warriors, who were top 4 going into the week, also lost to Para United. So different drama in the NPFL. How was game match week 22 for you?
I think it's you don't really expect everything to be rosy every time. This is football, and in football anything can happen. The other time we witnessed Ikorodu City thrashing Caterpillars, and this thing will happen. 4 goals to nothing, and you also expect surprises when you watch football. It comes with a lot of things come with football. So you always, sometimes you expect to win. You don't expect to win all the time. You don't expect to win all the time because you are actually playing with human beings, and human beings, they are bound to fail sometimes. They are bound to succeed sometimes. So you have to be very, very logical about these things. If not, when you look at the Npfl, you understand that the Npfl is beginning to take shape. You also look at the last match, Heartland FC of Owerri up against Rivers United. We saw two ex-internationals meeting each other. This time, at one point, they played together as players. In the national team, talking about Emmanuel Amuneke of Heartland FC of Owerri and Philip George of Rivers United. At one point, they were teammates, and they were one of the best. At one point, we saw Finidi. We all know his history in the national team. Also know the history of Emmanuel Amuneke playing football. And this time they came as coaches, and sadly it was the game fell to, not really sadly, but sadly for Finidi, he lost to his ex-teammate. And that's the joy of the Npfl. This is one of the things that
this is what makes us watch the Npfl.
Yeah, watch the Npfl.
Let's go into the business of today. So there are different matches that are going to be played on match day 23. The first match that is going to be played is going to be between El Academy Warriors versus Nasarawa United. Academy Warriors, they are going to be playing at home, and we saw them lose that match. I was quite surprised when I saw them on the top 4. When we were discussing last week, I saw that they were on the top 4 last week, and I felt that going into their next game, they will win that match. But we know how it is. We know how difficult it is whenever you're playing away. They are going to be playing against the Nasarawa United that, surprisingly, they won their last match, even though they've not been performing really well this season. So now these two teams, one lost his last match, even though they are on the form of their life. The other one won their last match, even though they are not quite on form this season. What do you think is going to happen in this match?
I think going into that game, Academy Warriors will come as wounded lions this time. They will try to get something positive, because the last time, I'm trying to remember the team they played against. The last time they played, they lost 2-0.
Yes.
And it wasn't really a very, very something.
That's against Para United.
Yes, actually against Para United. They lost. And losing, everybody is aware that they lost. So when you come to the next game, you try to change the narrative. In the last game, you're as good as your last game. That's what football is all about. You're as good as your last game. So you have to change the narrative. You have to get something positive out of it. And so getting something positive, it's never going to be easy. Yes, and they are playing against a team that is also as prepared as they are. So you have to come with different types of mentality and resilient mentality, not to lose matches. So at the end of the day, El Academy has been known for getting draws as usual. They try to I try to get out the positives from that draws they get, to see how defensively coordinated they are. But along the line during the season, they lost focus at some point, they lost matches. So this time it's going to be a toe-to-toe fight between the two teams, and at the end of the day, we might be seeing the Academy getting the positive result of watching them play.
So you think Academy Warriors will win this game?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you, because for me this season, even though that at the moment they assist, but they're not, they assist with, Academy Warriors assist with 32 points. Rangers, that is fourth on the table, they're just passing, Rangers is just passing them with 2 points. Yeah. Then you see University United passing them with 3 points. So I think they're still a very competitive side for this season. Let's move forward. The next game that's going to be happening will be between Bayelsa United versus Rangers. We saw Rangers win big during the weekend, and even though that they were at home, but for me it was a statement win, winning a team like Ikorodu Boys. Ikorodu Boys, we have seen them perform magic. For me, they've been performing magic this season, but they're going to be playing away against not a very stable Bayelsa United. Bayelsa United are 10th on the table currently.
You're talking about Rangers?
No, Rangers are 4th on the table. They are back to the top 4. They are 4th on the table. Why Bayelsa United are actually 10th on the table? I saw one of these guys that promotes Rangers United, that's Okurola. He was talking to the boys, and they're still talking about winning the league, even though that they are far from Rainbow Stars at the moment. Not too far, because there are still matches to play, and it's possible that they can continue climbing and they eventually win the league. So for you, what's going to happen in this match? For a team that they're still dreaming of getting the title once again, they won it last season, they want to win it again. Do you think this is the kind of match they should go and win away from home?
I think for Rangers, they are going to win this one, because when you look at the last couple of games they played before this one, you see how they lost. Niger Tornadoes was one of them. They lost. Yes, of course they lost, and consecutively. Loss, and
yes.
I know the coach will not be happy with such situation. Yes, and Rangers is not just any club. Rangers is a club that is really, really serious when it comes to business. Not like other clubs are not serious, but they have done something positive.
I see what they do. Yes, everybody see what Rangers are doing.
Of course, everybody has seen they won the league last season, and they have been there. This was not the first time they are winning.
8 times winning the league with us.
So yes, you understand, 2016 they were there, they won it, and so this time around they won it once more. So you understand that they are a very, very accurate team, very straight to the point. They try to get results at every given opportunity. So at the end of the day, this time, I believe Rangers will get the maximum 3 points, judging from the way they are going. And if they really want to win the league, they want to win it again. Of course, anybody wants to win again, win back to back, create a history, set a record. So at the end of the day, Rangers definitely will get the maximum.
So you are talking about how Enugu Rangers are supposed to win this match, and I was saying, remember that they are playing away from home. Are you trying to underrate Bayelsa United?
No. Of course, Bayelsa United picked up lately. They have been serious. Right from when I can remember at one point this season, the government of Bayelsa State gave them the ultimatum, to try to win matches, just like we have Plateau United giving such ultimatums to win matches. They were given the next 3 games to win, so if they don't win the next.
I can remember when we were talking about Bayelsa United here, we are always losing.
Yes.
It's surprising that they are 10th on the
yes, of course.
they're on form now.
Yeah, of course. It was really a motivation to them. Rather, they didn't take it as something that it depends on how they reacted. They actually reacted by accepting the fact that they have lost games, that the government is paying them money and they are not doing well. And so the people who are paying you money are not happy with the fact that they are not doing well. So you have to improve. So and they took it in good faith,
and they have improved.
They have really improved.
So for this particular match against Enugu Rangers, what's your particular prediction for that match?
If care is not taken, it might end in a draw. But I know Rangers, after Rangers would like to get back to winning ways. Yes, they have actually got back to winning ways. They won their last game. Yeah. But they say consistency. Consistency is everything.
For people that claim they want to win the league.
Yes.
Well, let's see how that will go. I'm just afraid that they're playing away from home, and we know what it means to play away from home, especially in the Npfl. Moving forward, we'll be looking at Abia Warriors versus Sunshine Stars. Like I was saying last week, remember that I pointed out last week that even though that Abia Warriors lost the match before the match they played this present week. I was saying that Abia Warriors are one of the teams that I have really liked the way they play this season. They're currently they've currently gone up on the league table and they are fifth presently on the league table. They also won their last match 2-0, and they're going to be playing against a Sunshine Stars that we have not seen their break lights this season. They're not doing anything that is worthwhile this season. Do you think it's a game that Abia Warriors will convincingly win, looking at the fact that they're going to be playing at home?
I think Abia Warriors Sunshine is going to be a tricky game because Sunshine, yes, it's an old team in the Npfl. They have been there for a very long time. So at this time, you don't expect them to lose every time. Sunshine, you don't expect them to. These people are human beings. They are not.
Nico, you're the one that always say you're as good as your last game.
Yeah, of course, you're as good at
this were the team that got just 24 points this season.
Yes,
they are 17th on the table. They are going to play an informed Abia Warriors at home again. Yes. If it was on this Sunshine Stars, their stadium, I would have said okay, they will try, since they've not been really winning, they will try to hold that game. But they're playing in Aba, and we know what it means to play in Aba.
Let me tell you something. The Npfl in general is like the English Championship.
Yes.
The English Championship in the sense that I've followed the English Championship for years. You know, it's not always consistent with the winning. Clubs are not really consistent with winning games.
Yes.
You get to watch a certain, for example, you watch a certain Blackburn Rovers win games, like 3, 4, 5 games, and you begin to see, okay, they are going to get the victory in the next 5th game consecutively. And surprisingly, you see a Swansea City that has been losing games from winning. So in these things, it do happen. So I believe this time around, we might see Sunshine trying to pick up because of the fact that they have not been consistent in winning games lately, and you see them beating Abia Warriors. Yes, it's not as if Abia Warriors
as a person, I do not agree with that. But you're the analyst here, but I personally do not. I've seen. See, there are teams, I understand your point of view, but there are teams in the Npfl that at least have structure to beat teams they can beat.
So you are saying that Sunshine Star does not have the structure?
At the moment they don't. They're not. I've watched these people this season and I've watched the way Abia Warriors play, for instance. And I know that there are teams that I call serious teams. Serious teams that are those teams that when I meet, they are on a serious team. Are you trying to? You're trying to interview me now.
No, of course. Technically, that's what it means. You are saying that Sunshine is not really.
At the moment, they are not a serious team. At the moment, for me, the most serious team at the moment is Abia Warriors. But you're the analyst here. You're the one that watches the Npfl and you know how things work in the Npfl. If you say Sunshine Stars are the ones that will eventually win, it is Nico. But let's see, we'll be here next weekend. But I think it's a game that Abia Warriors will win. Moving forward, let's look at the next game of the week. Rivers United versus Lobby Stars. I think this is the one that I think will be a tricky match. But Rivers United are playing at home and they have lost. This is the second time they are losing consecutively now. These are people that they are top of the league. These are people that we are thinking earlier on in the season should be where Remo Stars are at the moment. With the way we started, we are thinking they will be topping the league at the moment. But they're not topping. They are no longer first. They are no longer second. They have dropped to third position on the league and they have lost 2 consecutive matches. Now they are going to be playing against Lobby Stars. That even though they lost to Aimba last week, but I think the team to play. When I mean the team to play, the competitive side. Who do you think will win this match?
I think this time Lobby Stars.
Oh, Lobby Stars are actually 19th on the table.
Yeah,
and they're not really that competitive the way I painted it.
But one thing I know about that game for sure is that it's another clash of two former teammates coming together.
Sure, you're the one that always talks about Lobby Stars and talks about their coach, and I'll tell you that you should forget that coach. So
yeah,
these guys are not doing well. You always talk about the coach experience as if the coach is not the one entering the pitch to play the game.
I'm telling you something. In football has a lot of, before you succeed in football,
yes,
you have a lot of things work to do. What do? You try to bring in consistency. First of all, you change your mindset. Tell yourself that I can do this. Then it's not just about changing your mindset. You also change your you have to be serious. You have to do all the hard work. you have to do all the hard work. You have to, do certain things. There are certain things you needed for you to do, for you to win. I can remember Usain Bolt had to prepare for so many years just to get the 100 meters, whatever race record he broke and all that. So, and you see Muhammad Ali in boxing had tried to, during the trainings, he received punches that.
So Lobby Stars.
So of course, these people, for Lobby Stars, I believe, I wouldn't say Amokachi is working with a team that does not know how to play football. No. But I believe the team need to change their mindset if they really want to succeed. Yes, if they want to succeed, you have to change your mindset. Leicester won the league back in 2015-2016 season, and it wasn't just about
when Leicester won
their mindset.
Nico, when Leicester won the league, they did not win it after being 22nd on the league table on match day 23. This is match day 23.
So you are saying that
it's not possible that Lobby Stars win the league. They can't win it at the moment.
Yeah, of course.
This year.
No,
it's not possible.
Yeah,
to win it
of course. At this point,
realistically, they can't win it.
But I'm not even talking about winning the league. What I'm talking about
is this next game against
changing
their mindset.
Winning games consistently and maybe getting to the CAF Champions League spot. That's what we are talking about. Or maybe getting to the CAF Confederations Cup.
It will take a miracle for Lobby Stars to get top 4 at the moment. This football, how many points do they have? This is that. I see where they are on the table.
Yes.
It will take a miracle for that to happen.
Of course.
But let's leave Lobby Stars. This match, Rivers United versus Lobby Stars. Okay. What's going to happen for them?
Definitely, if things should continue the way it should be, the way it was.
Yeah.
I believe it will still be a win for Rivers United at the end of the day. But,
even though they have not really been informed.
Yes, but I still believe that Lobby.
I don't know why you believe in this coach a lot.
No,
you believe in the coach a lot.
This is something I personally, as a person, I've practicalized before. I've practicalized this and I've seen the results. So you first of all change your mindset about certain things. You say this thing
right,
I'm going to, and
it's okay.
It's not rocket science.
Let's see. Hopefully, Amokachi wakes up from slumber and just like Nico said. Hopefully his team.
The coach might have the mindset.
Changes their mindset.
He might have the mindset.
That's what I was trying to say. So maybe Amokachi wakes up from slumber. For me, he's sleeping now. So maybe he wakes up from slumber and he tries to change the mindset of the team, and the team starts to grow. And miracle happens, and they finish on the top. Even though I'm not seeing it at the moment. Moving forward, Castina United versus Heartland FC. Heartland FC won that. They pulled, will I say, a shocker last week, going to win a team like Rivers United that we all know are a very good side this season. They're going to be playing away against Castina United. Castina United lost against Bendel Insurance, and I think they're not really, they're 14th on the table, while Heartland are 11th on the table. So when you look at the two teams, Heartland are the better team on paper. But they're going to be playing away against this Castina United. Who do you think is going to win?
I believe that Heartland will try to win that game, judging from their current form.
Yeah.
Just like I always say, you're as good as
your last game. Yeah.
Also, on paper, from whatever angle you might look at it, Heartland has the upper hand.
Yeah.
But you have to always be cautious that you are going away from home. You are going away from your comfort zone.
And for the Npfl, that away fixture is
really something to look at.
Everybody wants to win in their home ground.
So
the Npfl, it's just a league like the Premier League. You say there's nothing like home and away. Anybody can win. But for the Npfl, we know how
home games
are for the home team. For the home team, it's always like it's a must win.
So at the end of the day, you also know that you are moving away from your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So you know, Heartland, they need to get that at the back of their mind. You are moving away from the Dan Anyam Stadium, you are heading to Casina to play. So you have to be careful. So, and Casina United, they are not leaving any stone unturned because this is a league.
Yeah.
They have to do something.
And it's also possible that they win.
Yes, of course.
Your exact prediction, who do you think will win?
I think we might be seeing a narrow win from Heartland or a draw.
Wow. All right, so we saw AIM coming back to winning ways last week. I think in our review, last week, I was talking about how I've not liked the way Eyimba have really started their season because, okay, off camera, I think Eyimba is my favorite team in the Npfl. I started fanning Eyimba since I was young, so I like Eyimba. I didn't like how they really started this season. We saw how they have been cast out of the Continentals, and they are not even top four at the moment. We have seen them draw the kind of games they have drawn this season that I'm like, is this the Eyimba we grew up watching? But at least last week they were back to winning ways, and they have gone from the bottom side of the table, and they are 8th on the league table, and that 8 is with I think they are 8, I'm correct, with 31 points at the moment, and that's just 3 points from Abia Warriors that is 5th, and 4 points from Rangers that is 4th. So they are still a competitive side for the Npfl. They're going to be playing away against an Aqua United. Who do you think will win that game?
I believe Aqua United has not been doing well lately. A lot of things have happened to Aqua United, despite the fact they changed their coach.
They are still last on the table. I don't understand what's going on.
And
you talk about how they are the most well taken care
of course, the most
the
finance team in the NPFL.
Yeah.
Of course, yes, but you also have to check the mentality. Football is about the mentality you go into it with. So you need to change your mentality on the game. You don't look at your opponents with fear. You look at your opponents as, okay, I can get something out of this. So, and Aqua United has not been looking that way lately. They have not been doing that. They've changed their coach. At one point, Baba Ganaru, their head coach, left. They want Broveta brought in a new person, and same story all the time. So, and it's about the mentality this time. It's not even about the way the team is being funded. Yes, they are really the team is funded well, but mentality is one thing.
What brings about the mentality? Isn't it the coaching that they are trying to do?
Yes, you need to have the coach that
can change the mentality of these players.
Tell the players that they can't do something. The players themselves should believe that they can't be able to do something. So, and if you don't have such, then definitely whatever you're doing, you will struggle.
So you think Eyimba is going away and they're going to win that game?
Eyimba definitely will win that game if Aqua United does not do something positive drastically to change whatever the situation they find themselves.
It's alright. How many training sessions do they have before the Eyimba that they want to change the situation? But I feel Eyimba should be winning this kind of game. Of course, if they are looking at to continue growing back into the top one eventually. I don't think if you look at the league table, 31 points Eyimba and the Rainbow Stars are 45 points. To me, it's not a very, very large margin, right? Yeah. Just 14 points differentiates them. So if they continue playing consistently, it's possible that Rainbow Stars also loses form and drop, and it's possible that they win the league. But now I'm saying this as an Eyimba fan. But moving forward, we are going to look at Rainbow Stars versus Kano Pillars. Last week, after the 0-0 draw that Kano Pillars had against Bayelsa United, Kano Pillars dropped a press release on their page announcing that they have suspended their technical advisor in the person of Usman Abdallah. I don't know whether I pronounced that well. Abdallah. So they suspended him for just 3 weeks, and the suspension came. They said the way he reacted to the fans, according to the press release, the way he reacted to the fans after that 0-0 draw. You know, the fans are hungry to see the results, coupled with the fact that these guys the coach was really, for me, he was really backed this season. They gave him the players. So the fans are trying to see the results, and they are not seeing the results they want to see. So they really reacted after the draw their last game. They reacted, and the coach did not. When fans are fans, and when you're not giving them the results, they must react. So it takes you as a coach to know how to react back to the fans. You don't go fighting the fans or making statements you shouldn't make. So according to this press release, they have suspended him for 3 weeks. So I have 2 questions for you. Do you think, with the way the form they are in the season at the moment, do you think that's the right call, suspending your technical advisor, or do you think it's the right call? And the second question is that they are going to play a Rainbow Stars at the top of the league. Do you think they are going to win that game?
I believe, okay, first of all, you look at the way what the coach did that led to the suspension.
Is it the coach that they called it their technical advisor?
It's the coach,
is still their coach.
It's still their technical advisor, the coach is still their coach. At the end of the day, the fans pays the money to watch these matches, and so they are a very huge part of the club.
Yeah.
So the way you react, some of these things, you talk about your attitude. You talk about spirit of sportsmanship. When you lose games, you are frustrated, you are depressed, you are not happy, and a lot of things come into play when you lose matches. But when you win, you are happy, you are joyful, you are very, very happy. You can do anything just because you're happy. And the same thing applies when you are losing. You lose matches, that's when you see players they are losing on the pitch, and the player gets to just does something, just small something on the pitch, and the other player takes it and they start fighting.
So do you think it's the right call for them to succeed?
I believe the way the coach reacted was wrong. Judging from what we have, is actually wrong. And for the club to have suspended him, the club really, really, will I say they were waiting for that moment? Yes, they were actually waiting for him to.
But they just suspended him for 3 weeks. That means they've not really released him.
So when you look at the suspension 3 weeks, and suspension 3 weeks means without pay.
For me, suspending your coach when your next game is against
of course. When you look at that, you understand.
I don't think it's the right thing.
It wasn't really the right thing because
you can find him. You can do anything. You can find him. Suspending your head coach.
Yes, of course.
Before a big game like that.
When you suspend him, you're actually telling him that he won't work, he can't be able to work. He can't come to work, and who now takes charge?
Do you get where I'm saying?
I believe this time they should have looked for other punishment to give him, maybe something else. But at the end of the day, suspending him was not the best option.
So this game against the Monsters, who do you think will win?
I think the boy is already aware of the situation that they need to win. They have already the clear insight of what they want to do, so they need to buckle up. So buckling up means they might really get to win. Rainbow Stars
At home?
Yes, of course.
Rainbow Stars, people that want to carry it.
Rainbow are on top of the whole team, on
Yeah.
top of the situation. They have been very fantastic and all that, but they're still human beings.
Alright.
Anything can still happen.
Let's move forward. Niger Tornadoes versus Plateau United. Plateau United, you talked about how they also suspended their head coach. What do you think will happen? They are not really doing well this season. They are just, I think they are just one position ahead of the relegation zone. Yes, I'm correct. One position ahead of the relegation zone.
Of course, that's the reason why you can see the reason why the coach was suspended as well. No, he wasn't really suspended.
He was relieved of his duty.
No, it was actually given a 3-game ultimatum.
Okay.
Of course, they were given a 3-game ultimatum to, change the narrative or lose your job. So that same ultimatum was given to the coach of Bayelsa United at one point this season. So it's not a bad thing. The people who pay you money said you are not doing well, and they give you this condition to change yourself. And so I think he should draw the positive from that, draw the positives, do something
against Niger Tornadoes.
Yes, in the next couple of games. They were given 3-game ultimatum, so you need to do something positive in the next couple of games and change, or you lose your job. So you know what the consequences is if you don't do something. So
you think because of that, Plateau United will win away from home?
Definitely, if the players get it, receive it the same way
the coach is
receiving it, and I'm talking about it as I'm explaining it now. The coach might not even receive it the way I'm talking about it. So it depends on the way you receive these things. If you receive it and live in peace with it, definitely you see them doing something. But if you don't, I'm afraid.
Let's look at Ikorodu City versus Kwara United. Ikorodu City got that huge loss in Enugu last week, and Kwara United got that huge win against, who did they win again? Kwara United versus El Kanami Warriors. Yes, El Kanami is a big team, is a huge team to win, at least for this season. So these two teams are going to meet themselves. And is Ikorodu going to be coming back to winning ways, looking at the fact that they are playing at home, or is Kwara United going to continue their own winning ways, looking at the fact that they won their last match?
I believe Ikorodu City has been doing great this season. You also have to refer to them. This is their first time in the
Npfl, and they're doing how
they're
good
doing
they are
so great. And you have seen some of their players, being drafted into the Chan Eagles. So you understand that they are doing great. They are trying their best. It's not easy. Playing in the Npfl for the first season, and you are seeing yourself in a position like the 7th, 8th, 6th position. So you saw they are doing so much. They are doing so much. They have never had the experience before, but now they have it, and they are doing great. So I believe Ikorodu might just get to win this one. And I even see them finishing in a very good position at the end of the season. Yes, they might not get to win the league at the end of the season, but
they will finish strongly.
They finish strongly and possibly get a continental ticket.
Wow, that's huge. Let's see how that goes. Last match for the week is going to be between Shooting Stars and Bendel Insurance. What do you think?
Shooting Stars, a very great team led by Gwengo Gubote, another wonderful team this season.
Second on the league table.
Second on the league
That's
table.
huge.
So I believe they might get to win this one convincingly.
Away from home.
Yes.
Alright. That's the much of our package for today. It's been so wonderful to talk to you, Nico, again on the Npfl. It's always beautiful to have you in the studio. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So if our viewers, if you have gotten to this point, don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to click on the notification button so that you'll be notified of our subsequent editions of the Npfl 360. Let's do this again.